Hi there and welcome to this little video. Today I'm going to be making a dress. I found this lovely fabric at Selfmade and my oldest daughter fell in love with it completely. So I'm going to try to make a dress with this fabric, and I'm going to use one of the dresses she already has well, I'm not going to recreate it with these buttons at all, but I'm just going to try to use the shape and the length and the arms and such, and maybe do it a little bit differently, but just to use it as a template.
And as you can see here, the girl who received it was very happy for it, and I also think it looks really cool. I could have made it longer, and I should have, but I just didn't really think about that. But note to self, we'll do that next time. And here you have the fabric, and there is enough fabric to have made it longer, so I'm a little bit bothered that I didn't. But here I'm placing it, there's 2 folds in the fabric, so 4 layers in total, so I can cut both the front and the back piece at once. And I'm cutting it kind of in one piece with the sleeve, so even though this dress is made with a separate sleeve, I am not doing it like that. And I'm just trying to follow the shoulder line and then just make a sleeve that kind of slants down like that. And I'm cutting it very, very short, and I don't really know what went wrong in my brain when I did that, because I could have made that dress longer and that would have been a little bit better. But there it is, there you go. Trying to give it a nice shape here, as you can see, and then I'm just using some of the side bits to make a little kind of bell sleeve, because I want the sleeve to be longer and I wanted to have that kind of 70s feel. So yeah, kind of just using the remnants that I have and just giving it a little bit of a trim here, so it's kind of the same length on both sides of this bell sleeve. And then I'm adding a neck opening here, and I'm always making them quite small and then cutting it a little bit bigger on the front piece, and then basically try it on as you go along and then see what it looks like, and then you can always kind of change it up a bit. And for this, just making some squares, trying to make them kind of the same size, because I want to make a tube for the neck opening. So if I had a longer piece, I would use that, but this is me just trying to use the smaller piece that I've got left. So first of all, I'm starting with just separating my pieces, figuring out what's what, and I'm attaching the little bell sleeve add-ons to the sleeve openings. So just doing that with my serger, and I'm stitching it all together in one go. And if you don't have a serger but you just have a normal sewing machine, you can also do it just with a zigzag stitch or a different kind of elasticated seam if you have one on your machine. But a narrow zigzag stitch is always good, that will do the trick. So that means I've now kind of got the front piece ready with the bell sleeves attached, making sure that the fabric is front to front, so it's placed correctly. And then I'm just doing the last sleeve here, attaching that, and then I can stitch those 2 pieces together, the front piece and the back piece, because the sleeves are done. And I'm adding first here aligning the opening from the neck with the both sides, and then just stitching all the way down along the shoulder and all the way to the opening of the bottom sleeve. And then I'm just aligning them again from the other side of the sleeve opening, and then stitching all the way towards the bottom of the actual dress opening. And be careful not to pull in kind of one layer of the dress and not pull the other one. Just try to have them lying flat on top of each other, and if you pull them equally, but preferably don't pull. And this is the other shoulder seam that's going all the way down to the sleeve opening, and just that last bit there from under the arm, starting at the sleeve opening and then going all the way down along the side, and then we'll soon reach the bottom of the dress opening. And this fabric doesn't really fray, so you don't have to worry about that. So I just turn it out to front, but of course we have to do kind of the sleeves, the bottom hem, and then the neckline. And you can just try the dress on to see how it is, if it needs to be lower or wider or how to do it. But this is the tubing that I'm going to do. I'm just making sure that the tubing is a little bit smaller than the actual neck opening, because that's going to make it look nicest. And I want this to be not low cut at all, but actually quite, very modest since the dress is so short. I'm taking the dress so it's out with the outside in, and then putting the tube in there so it's aligned with the neck opening, and I'm stretching it the same amount all the way through, because as I said before, my tube is a little bit smaller than the actual neck opening, so I have to stretch it a little bit all the way around, not too much. And then we've kind of got like almost like a turtleneck opening in the neck opening here, because that tubing was a little bit tall, and and the neck opening is also very narrow. And here at the bottom I'm simply just using like a very narrow zigzag stitch, just folding it up towards the back. This is a very quick dress because she just wanted to wear it straight away, and the fabric isn't, it's not, it's just like some very cheap and fun polyester, and I just thought that it would be fine to just do it like that. And it has been fine, it hasn't frayed, it's been washed a couple of times, and it's still looking nice. Only regret is that it could have been longer, but next time I will remember that. Guess I just didn't think of how short that dress that I measured from actually was. But that's done at the bottom opening, and then I'm just doing the same for the bell sleeves, and it's very simple, very easy, very quick. And of course you can do a zigzag stitch on these, but there's really no point because the edges of this kind of polyester doesn't really fray, and if you add too much on the inside it can look bulky and not even that good. So I'll just keep it simple and simply just hem it like that, narrow zigzag stitch in the kind of lightest color from the pattern, and that's it. And both sleeves are done, and the receiver was so happy. It was just what she wanted, and I would actually like to make one of these dresses, yes, in a longer model of course, but also in some nicer fabric like this very thin polyester. It's not my favorite, but my daughter just really enjoyed the pattern. But to make it in some kind of cotton would also be nice and stretchy jersey. And she's ready, that little 70s girl, ready to party. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.